Hi Gemini, I'm Ronique and welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to your June 2024 tarot reading. This is where we're going to look at the astrological energies of the month of June. Remember, we came out of May, ending with Venus and Jupiter both entering Gemini, Mars conjunct Chiron, and Mercury conjunct Uranus in Taurus on the 31st. So this was a lot of energy moving into the sign of Gemini. Now remember, you all have this really big boost now that Jupiter is in your sign for the next year. Communication is going to be huge for you. I do think that your words will carry a lot of weight at this time. So really make sure you're paying attention to what you are saying. Make sure that you are listening to other people. This could be a really big month for you, Gemini. So if you haven't already taken a look at those mid-year 2024 readings, I have 4 videos up that is by element, and it will help you really take stock of where you are at in the year, figuring out by June 20th, which is that summer solstice, whether you are on track for what you want to do, or if you need to change directions, change your journey, so that by time we get to that winter solstice in December, you have had a stellar 2024, okay? All right, Gemini, let's take a look at what is in store for you this month. So you start off with the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse the first week of June, as well as the 5 of Cups. Second week finds you with the Hermit card, Virgo energy there in the reverse, Major Arcana, and the Ace of Wands. Third week you have the Hangman, another Major Arcana, as well as the Queen of Cups. And the last week of June finds you with the 9 of Swords in reverse, as well as the Empress card also in reverse. So another Major Arcana. So you have the Hermit, Hangman, and the Empress as your majors here. Let's go ahead and pull a card representing the energy that you left out of May with. Now, this month was, kind of like that month as we were leading out of April with all of that huge eclipse and Mercury retrograde energy. Now that we are settled into June, it's going to feel a lot calmer, which is a nice thing. But by the time we end June, we will have Saturn retrograding in the sign of Pisces. So it's going to pick back up again. All right, so 2 of Pentacles is the energy you bring into the month of June. So Gemini, for some of you all, you had a major decision to make around your finances, possibly your career, possibly your possessions, your home. There definitely was all that Taurus energy in the month of May, which still continues here in June. And you really need to take a look at where is it that you need to make an important decision in June. If you have not already made this decision, just know this energy is still here in the month of June, and it could come up that you need to get busy on some type of decision making around what you're going to do with your job, possibly where you're going to move. Could be huge conversations this month. All right, Gemini, let's pull an oracle card for you. Positive movement forward. Always love seeing this card because this means that whatever you have gone through in the past, you are moving past that, and now you are moving in a positive direction. If you have felt like you have been in a holding pattern, I do think many of us, especially throughout April and May, it just felt like so many things were going in so many different directions. June is a lot more grounding, but I do think, Gemini, that now Jupiter is in your sign, you're going to feel a lot more in control of your thoughts and being able to communicate effectively. And I think that's going to be a huge help for you as you make whatever decision that is with that 2 of Pentacles in moving forward. So really good to see. All right, so let's take a look at your month as a whole. So you can see you start off with this 6 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups in reverse, something there around money or conversations that possibly you didn't get, or maybe you were supposed to have given something to charity. There's something here about feeling not great about how that goes down at the beginning of the month. But as you move through the month, it's interesting that your decision making and how you look at things changes, right? You have this hangman that is making you think differently, but you're also going inwards this month. It looks like you're taking some time for yourself with that 5 of Cups and the Hermit card. And by the time you end the month, you're still in this like decision-making mode, but you're feeling a lot better about whatever that decision is with that 9 of Swords in reverse, which means you're no longer feeling like stuck in your head or worried that things aren't going right. So I'm glad to see that. Okay. So like I said, take a look at those mid-year videos that I'll leave a link for below. Okay, so we start off June with Mercury entering your sign on the 3rd. And then on the 4th, Mercury and Jupiter are conjunct in your sign. And then we have your new moon on the 6th. Lots of great energy here, Gemini. I do think that conversations around money, possibly charity, where is it that you're supposed to receive possibly a bonus or a raise, or conversations didn't go the way that you thought. Just take it for what it is and move on, Gemini, because I promise you, by the time you move through this month and you get all this Gemini energy going, I do think that this is going to turn around by the time you're moving into July and August. So I think this is more of a temporary thing because we had that positive movement forward. So you might not see it all now, but just know it is in the works. Now, by the time you move on to the 2nd week of June, when we have Mars entering Taurus on the 9th and Mercury and Venus enter Cancer on the 17th, somewhere in here, you are taking some time for yourself. If you do not do this, Gemini, what's going to happen is that everyone's conversations are going to become your own, meaning like you don't have enough time to really focus on what it is you want as opposed to what everyone else in the room is wanting to do. Okay, that's the challenge when there's so much energy in Gemini. It's like too many cooks in the kitchen. Everybody has an opinion. There's some kind of benefic news that could come to you, but you will not realize it if you don't take time for yourself. Okay, that's what Spirit is telling me. So make sure that during these first few weeks of June, taking some time out from all the chatter is going to be very helpful. Okay. Now, by the time you get to that 3rd week of June, when we do have the sun entering Cancer, the summer solstice on June 20th, you are thinking through the rest of 2024 in a much different way than how you entered this year. You are really contemplating if this path that you are on is the one you want to continue. I think this is that decision that you needed to make back in May, but possibly you didn't have all the information with Mercury retrograde. And now you are coming into some type of realization, or possibly someone comes to you, has a conversation with you and is like, hey, are you sure you want to do, you're going to keep on this path? Are you sure you want to stay at this company? Are you sure you want to still live in that house or in that neighborhood? There's something along those lines that comes to you that 3rd week of June. Now, by the time you're ending the month, you are feeling a lot better around your thoughts, which is really good to see. We're ending the month with that Capricorn full moon on the 21st, and the Saturn retrograde begins in Pisces on the 29th. By the time you get here, the Empress and 9 of Swords, I'm saying that because it's an interesting mix, because it's like the Empress in reverse is suggesting you had a plan or you wanted to start something, but you were so concerned about it that you couldn't get it started. But the 9 of Swords in reverse is suggesting you're feeling better about it, right? So it's almost like a little oxymoron. But I do think that Saturn and the Saturn retrograde and the Capricorn full moon at the end is going to remind you where it is that you need to focus. And I think that's really important, Gemini, as you move through this month, because you don't want your mind and thoughts to be too scattered. And I do think as you move out of this kind of feeling sorry for yourself inward situation in the beginning of the month, you have this whole nother direction that you turn by time you end the month. And I think the positive movement forward is going to really help set you up for success once you get into July. But I do think June is going to be this month, Gemini, where you're just getting your feet wet with Jupiter and Venus and the sun and the moon all in your sign during this month. So it's going to be a lot, Gemini, but you know you can handle it. All right, Gemini, I hope you all have a great June, and I'll talk to you later.